Hola amigos and welcome back to Super Amigo Squad with your fearless leader, Rio. It's been kind of busy lately. Like I said, I'm gonna stop apologizing because I feel really bad about it. November was a trying month, National Novel Writing Month, a lot of health problems in the family, and Thanksgiving, which actually brings me to the topic of my rant for this week. My rant for this week is about the holidays. It's about the stress of the holidays. Now, here's my full-on disclaimer. I may say a few things you disagree with. I mean, it's gonna happen. It's bound to happen, and that's totally fine. I just have to say that I feel like people don't normally talk about the stress they go through for the holidays. Like it's a thing that that is commonly known, like that the holidays are very stressful times, but then nobody complains about it because I guess they feel like if they complain about it, then they're suddenly unworthy of the holiday. That's just weird to me. As far as that goes, it just I don't really know how to put it. For example, I had stressed out so bad because I had Thanksgiving off. I had Thanksgiving off for the first time in my working history, and I didn't know what I was gonna do. And I didn't. The thing is, my family lives 2 hours away, so and I don't drive. That's just me. I have an innate fear of cars. Like I'll be in them, but like it makes me motion sick, and I'm pretty sure that's just because of nerves. And like cars are, it's hard to be in a car. And my best friend slash roommate Mercer was not able. He was working, so he was not able to take me home for the holidays. Were for Thanksgiving, which was fine. I mean, they made ham and potatoes and gravies, and there was awesome rolls, and I ate those. But I like stressed myself out over the whole situation, and like people like there are different things about the holidays that stress you out, and that's what made me think that it'd be interesting to talk about it. Holidays are stressful, like in general. Like Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Valentine's Day. Don't even bother arguing with Easter. They don't even bother arguing with me. It's stressful in general. I think people are like, oh, you should be grateful, celebration and stuff like that. No, it's hard because you. Like, it's, for me specifically, I'm going to go through the few different reasons why I think holidays are hard. Reason number one, you are a working person, especially this is for as an adult. You don't notice this as a child, so these things are going to be a little different. You are an adult, a working person, so you have jobs, stuff that you and like stuff to do, stuff you can't put on hold. And if you and they're like, and your family will be like, so you're gonna be home for Thanksgiving, right? And you're just like, if I can get it off, request it off. Well, maybe I can't request it off. I think it's a very unfair thing that people, like, they expect you to have those days off. And, like, they expect that it's just as easy as saying, boom, I want these days off. I work tech support now, but I used to work at a family restaurant, and they would ask 90,000 questions before they actually give you that day off. And, like, I could never, that's why I never got Thanksgiving off. They would be like, I would go to put in the request, and I worked there for 2 years, and both times they were like, too many people have already asked for it off, you have to work. And I'm like, I've missed one day, like maybe 3 days total out of the 2 years I worked here, but okay. Totally give it to the person who calls in twice a week. I mean, that's fine. But like it's stuff like that. And like Like, I actually had it off because that's just my schedule, as I have Thursdays off usually, which is usually why I do videos those days. And D&D, so, like, it's just scheduling. That is the number one on the things that I think just unfair and very stressful about holidays. And you get caught up in so many other things that you're just like, okay, how am I supposed to keep track of these things? And I have to remember that this day is off, and I have to make sure I have it off, but I got this other stuff to do, and then by the time it comes up, you're just like, oh, crap. So it's totally stressful. Like, Christmas, same thing. You're just like, well, can I get Christmas Eve and Christmas off? And depending on your job, you don't have to work those times, but tech support's 24/7, so, like, I could have to work that day, or those days, and it's something that, like, I'm in a position where my grandmother is, or nanny, as we call her, she's pulling the, this might be my last Christmas excuse, and I'm like, thanks, my anxiety couldn't give me another reason why to stress out about being home for the holidays. Try my best. And then there are other things, like, there's just that whole stress of getting home for the holidays. That right there is reason numero uno. And if you have kids, that getting home for the holidays things just gets way more complicated. Especially if you have to cross states. Like, that's just it. It's just, I'm not even, like, I don't have kids. I lived with my aunt, though, and her 4 kids for 9 years, so I know how troublesome holidays are. Okay, so reason numero dos why holidays are stressful. You ready? You ready? You know what I'm going to say. Do you know what I'm going to say? Family expectations. I kid you not. There is so many things that your family expects of you. Like, if you are, like, it's just dealing with disgruntled family members, I guess, or family expectations kind of works for that, but dealing with disgruntled family members. I'm from a big Greek-Italian family. We someone's fighting with someone every holiday consistently. And I got lucky. Last year ended in me and my grandpa destroying us at Cards Against Humanity, and he is insanely good at it. I've never been beaten so badly before. I'm usually the one who does the beating. So that tells you something. You go home, like in my case, I go home, being a novelist, aspiring YouTuber, and doing what I do, and doing the best I can with the health circumstances that I'm in. It is difficult. It is really difficult. Like, I go home, and the common conversation with my grandmother, and anytime we talk now, which this is something that comes up whenever, and the question that I don't mind getting from her every so often, I get 1,000,000 times in one day on Christmas. So, do you have a boyfriend? No. My grandmother in the background. Do you have a girlfriend? No. I am sadly single. There's always the I'm 23. It's been talked about how between 18 and before you hit 25 is a weird age to be, because half of you is just like, how do I adult? Should I be doing this? And then you still have that moment in your brain every so often of, I should ask permission. And then you're just like, I'm the adult. Oh no, this is bad. And then the other time you're just like, I'm an adult. I'm gonna drink 19 shots and I have to work in 2 hours. And that kind of moments. And it's an odd spot to be. I am the very much trying to focus on career kind of person. And it's hard being a novelist and being in that position, because I very much try to keep the topics on what I'm doing, what I'm trying to do. Then it's like, how's your book selling? Where's book 2? Whereas book 2 is a very common question now, because now the majority of my family has read the first book. And it, honestly, I did not think it was going to turn out this way. It's, how's the book selling? What are you doing for it? How's this project going? How's this project going? And it's like, I have no money. Or, the favorite, and then, part 2, let's call it part B of the second problem, is being compared to the others. Everyone has, and I say this with as much love as possible, everyone has that one person in their family who is the angel. They are the one that everybody praises, the one that can do no wrong, the one that did everything amazing in their life. And it's hard to be in with your family, because the conversation will constantly revolve back to them. Like, for me, my cousin, I love her so much. She's in Japan. This is my shout out to her. I recently had a conversation at when I went down to visit my family for vacation. I had a conversation with my aunt about how she always brings up my cousin Felicia. And, how the reason why I have trouble at holidays and stuff like that is I'm constantly being compared to the other people in my generation in our family. And it's usually Felicia. And I love Felicia. She was like my best friend when we were growing up, the times that we did spend with each other. She was the one person who just thought I was weird, but she thought that was cool. And that is what I loved about her so much, is I could be me and she didn't make fun of me for it. And being the youngest of, and we're about the same age, she's a couple months older than me. And being the youngest of 3 siblings, that was something that spoke to me. So now she's in the military, she's stationed in Japan, and she's married, she's been trying to have a baby, and like, her life just sounds like she's had a few missteps here and there. She's not perfect, she's human, of course. But like, she's had her own problems. But like, every time we circle back, like, I want her happiness, but I also want to be me and stop being compared to her. Like, I would, anytime I would bring up a cool thing that I was doing, someone in my family would turn around and be like, well, Felicia's doing this. And I'm like, that is awesome. I needed to feel less secure about myself. And, like, I don't ever mean any offense about it. And when I first had this conversation with my aunt, I started crying, because I love her so much. But everyone has a person like that in their family that you love and you get compared to. But because you love them so much, you don't want to say anything. So you're stuck in that in-between of, I want to leave. I'm so proud of them, but I want to leave. And yeah, so like, dealing with like family fuss, that is so stressful. And you're like, what am I going to tell them? How am I going to answer these questions? Like, I don't have that much control. Somebody help. And it's frustrating. And let's get back to the third most stressful part. And what do you guys think is the third most stressful part? Sorry, the paint on my nails are chipping. I'll paint them for you next time. The third most stressful part, presents, of course. Like I said, big family. I want to get them everything. Like, I'll go shopping and I'll be like, this would look good. This would look good. This would look good for that person. I want to get this for this person. And then I will do the same thing that Nanny does, and I will dig myself into a hole of debt and despair. and like, my grandmother is the sweetest. She is like a cranky old New Yorker lady. And that's where the slight accent comes from. So she's a cranky old lady. And, but at least that's just how she seems. She's honestly, and she scares people. She honestly is the sweetest person. And she will drive herself insane getting gifts for people. But, like, that's what we do. some people, for some, you feel like it's an obligation. Like at the point when money's tight and stuff like that, and you turn around and you look and Christmas is coming up. There is part of it. There's always that small pool of obligation, but then there's always that small pool of I do not want any of my family members to wake up on Christmas morning and not have gifts, because that is unfair. That is ridiculous. It for that kind of thing, I think it's so stressful to be the money, the gifts, having to hide them and everything like that, and making sure you got someone the right gift. I've seen a few incidents where someone has bought something for someone and turned around, opened it, and said, "This isn't the one I wanted," instead of saying thank you. And it wasn't even a gift they were obligated to give. It was just something to be nice. And I was furious. It's not it's not fair. The whole thing of the holidays is to be grateful. I've been focusing a lot on Thanksgiving and stuff and Christmas, because that is what is coming up. The outlier to that is being Valentine's Day. It is optional if you're dating somebody. It's a lot easier. But if there's still that obligation of what are we gonna do for Valentine's Day? I literally just dated a guy who I asked literally the week of Valentine's Day, so what are we going to do for Valentine's Day? But he didn't celebrate holidays. So he was like, absolutely nothing. And then he was just like, I'm not going to do anything for Valentine's Day. And I was just like, well, I kind of wanted to. Maybe we can make plans. And it's just me and you. I was like, I'll even plan everything if you want. He was like, no, I'm not going to do it. So that's how that went. And then the thing is, I can understand that there's freedom and not feeling obligated because of holidays and stuff like that. But that's not the kind of person that I want to be. The holidays are here for a reason. They're to give you the joy away from the stress of normal life. Christmas is that magical time of year, and you will see me get more Christmas crazy the further into December, but that is just the honest way I feel about it. Christmas is the one day a year that I get to go home to my family, and I get to just be me and be like, hey, I can, of course there's the family Christmas party, and that's all that stress and stuff afterwards, and everything leading up to it is stressful, and there's the party with everyone together, which is usually Christmas Eve, and then there's usually the Christmas Eve party that you have to go to, whether it be family or for a work thing. But for me, that Christmas morning is the golden moment. Not as the I'm spending time with my family and they're happy and we're happy and I am so glad that I don't have to worry about anything right now. But that is the one golden moment that makes all of that stress worth it. I just wanted to bring up the fact that we spend all of this time, whether it be presentation to others, presentation to our family, trying to make sure we don't look like idiots in public. We spend all this time stressing about the holidays and everything, and it's just a matter of enjoy that moment. That's what I want to say is, with all of the stress and the excitement and the craziness, just enjoy that moment. When it comes up, whether you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, just enjoy yourself. Just take that moment to say, this is my moment of happiness, and I'm not going to worry about anything else right now. That's the thing. So, like I said, holidays are stressful, but they just take the one moment out of all of that stress, and it'll be worth it. I promise. Hard promise to make, but it's true. That's just my feeling on the matter. If you learn to appreciate everything that comes your way and stop looking for the dark cloud of the silver lining, you'll miss it. That's basically it. So that is all for this rant today. I'm sorry about the glare in that light. I need to put the cover back on it. And thank you so much. If you want to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and stuff like that, I will be updating and taking suggestions if you want to hear me rant about other things. Otherwise, if you're interested in my book, it is available on Amazon. Also on my e-store, which I will post the links below as well. And thank you so much for watching. Please like, and if you want to see more, subscribe. And to be continued in the next episode. Bye!